looks like a real greyhound of the sea, doesn't she? Her 7 sisters will be finished soon, and each one of these cruisers can go 35 miles an hour. Let's hope her guns will never bark in anger. But if they do, you can bet they'll shoot straight. You have to be an expert to understand how this can happen and nobody get hurt. But it's true. The baby thinks it's all fun and doesn't know that he's getting more currents than he'd find in a pot full of jam. He ought to grow up to be a tightrope walker on a 3rd rail. He thinks his grandpop's the funniest man. What other boy's granddad can light lamps on top of his head? But that's not all. See that big spark jumping out of his bald spot? No wonder he hasn't any hair. I often wondered where all the bunny fur comes from to make powder puffs and trim babies' clothes. Each rabbit is good for £1 a year, which sells for $12. So if you want to get rich, start being a bunny barber. The fur is also put on those Easter candy rabbits. In other words, one rabbit loses an overcoat and the other gets one. Remembers having one of these banks when they were kids. Which one did you have? And wouldn't you like to have it back again? This exhibition was put on by an enterprising bank and is a great collection of mechanical coin savers. They all worked perfectly, and they'll swallow money as fast as you can give it to them. I had one when I was a boy, and how I used to try to shake pennies out of it when I wanted to buy some peanuts. Now watch this ornery mule throw the jockey over its head. I wonder if that's what they call bucking the bank. Poor old China is having her troubles. This remarkable picture shows men who were rich merchants and who lost everything they had. They blame the nationalist government for this and are listening to some fiery speeches. This gives you an idea of how the rebels cleaned out everything in the stores. Looks like Coney Island, doesn't it? This man isn't telling them to cut their heads off, but is trying to conduct a hardware business outside.